Hi. In this video, we will try to cover all the spots with relation to export of goods and services and the subsequent realizations and the subsequent conditions and the component regarding refunds and what are the possible violation that could happen and what are the sections or rules or circular references that has been provided. Now anyone who has been into GST and have tried to understand all the places where the conditions for export of goods and export services are stated, they will definitely be knowing that there are actually for just having for four combinations: for goods with payment, without payment, and for services with payment and without payment. For these four spots, the all the sections, all the conditions has been scattered in multiple places. So for example, the definition of goods and services has been placed in one location, and there is a section known as section 16 of IGST Act and rule 96A, rule 96B, and there are relevant circular 125 and circular 197. Now considering everything, now I'm going to prepare a gross level summary in which you will understand at what level which condition is applicable and what are the consequences if you don't qualify that condition. What are the problems? Now we will try to cover a step-by-step process. This is going to be a slightly lengthy video, probably 15 minutes video, but we will cover a majority of context which you have to know to have a broader understanding. Now basis this video, basis the reference which I provide to you, you can carry out just a high level reading. I will be able to provide you only a high level understanding. Basis understanding which I am able to provide you, you can actually start connecting the dots with respect to multiple different references which has been provided in the act and have a connective reading as per the flow which I provide you. Else it will always be a confusion which place to start and which place that the provision ends. So let us start with the primary component. First thing, one thing, we are talking currently about one of the main component, that is, without any hesitation, we know that the topic for our discussion is exports of either goods or it can be either a service. Now the first condition falls over here. I will just type 1. There is one condition here and there is one more condition over here. I will give a separate reference for this, like 1 and 2. The first condition, that in order to qualify as export of goods, first thing, the transaction should qualify the definition of export of goods. The definition has been stated in 2 subsection 5, which states that, I'll not go to detail, which just states that goods should be moved outside India. And the second definition for export of services, the same definition has been given in 2 subsection 6. There are total 5 conditions: A, B, C, D and E. No, once again, if I'm not wrong, and 5. First is location of supplier, location of recipient, place of supply, and foreign convertible currency or INR subject to certain conditions, and mere own establishment. Now these first three are very simple and generic conditions, and considering the fourth and the fifth, these are technical parts, and each one should be, there are actually, you should have a detailed understanding for the last 2 components. And for this, I have already made a video for this, and also for this I have made a separate video. So you can probably refer that and have an understanding about these conditions. As I told you earlier, I will not be going into all the deep all the each and every line by line, but I have covered the line by line video for this foreign convertible currency and INR concept and the mere on establishment condition as per with reference to section 8. You can probably refer those videos and have a development understanding towards this. Now again, coming back to our chart, once you know that export, there are two types, either goods or services. The first checkpoint is checkpoint number 1. If it's goods, it should qualify the definition of goods. If it's service, it should qualify the definition of service. Now here for both the thing, you have two branches. That is, one, see why we are going for export or export condition. Basically we want to qualify as ZERO, zero rated condition we have to qualify, so that we can have a benefit of going with or without payment of GST. Now let us take, if we opt for, we have both the option for goods as well as for services. Without, now for qualifying a transaction to be considered under without payment of GST, now comes the third checkpoint. This is 3 and this is also 3. Now let us understand what is the third checkpoint. Actually the third checkpoint is Rule 96A. Rule 96A states that, see boss, either for goods or for services, you have to follow few conditions. What is the first condition? There should be LUT. LUT is nothing but letter of undertaking, stating that you are going to go with without payment of GST and you are going to fulfill certain conditions. Now if you don't fulfill those conditions, you will accept that I am liable to pay the GST plus along with the respective interest if I don't fulfill the conditions. Now what are the conditions for which you are signing the LUT? Now the condition for goods is that it's very simple. Within 3 months, there should be the goods should be exported outside India. This is regarding goods. And for services, within a period of 1 year or as per the FEMA guidelines, payment should be realized in your bank account. Now here, whichever is later. Now just adding to it, earlier FEMA was 15 months, but recently it got changed to 9 months, just for reference purpose. Now there is one more thing. How strict are this condition? If you want to know the answer for that, actually if you have some good reason that why the goods were not able to move within the 3 months, or why there was a delay in realization, you can always, you can go to the commissioner, your jurisdictional commissioner, and you can state your facts that these are the reason because of which I was not able to send the goods outside India, or these are the condition for which I was not able to realize the amount within the specified time range. If your conditions are satisfactory, the commissioner will give you an extension. Same case, extension. Now, what will happen if you default this condition? It's very simple as that. You should remember that you have already raised a bill without charging GST on it. Now, once you know you have failed to satisfy the condition, you will be liable to pay the GST amount. For example, suppose the goods for which are falling under the category of 18%, in case if you are not able to fulfill the condition, now you have to pay 18% GST. Now you have to pay 18% GST. So these are the conditions along with the interest. Now adding to it, it looks like a very strict condition. It actually looks like a very strict condition. Now there was a circular issued. I'm still, we are still continuing the 96A reference. Probably In this part, in total entire component, we are just covering these conditions. As of now, we are into this condition. We started with 96A. We bifurcated in goods and services. We learned that LUD is mandatory, and there is one more condition for goods, and there is one condition for services. And if there is a delay, you can go to the commissioner. You can state your facts. Basis the facts, the commissioner will provide an extension. Now there is a confusing part. I will come to the next page. There was a circular issued. The circular number was 197/09/2023. If you refer this circular states that, let me provide in this state. It gives an 50% clarity as well as confusion. If you go and refer para 4.4, it states that, boss, the intention of the government is not to penalize export, is to actually promote export, and because of which we are putting some condition so that the exports are regularized. It can be either goods or it can be either services. So first thing is intention. You should have a combined reading. Only after having a reading, you will come to a conclusion that why I am mentioning the word intention, because if you read the BAR Act, if you read the circular, you will not find the word intention over there. But it has actually given a reference of para 44 of circular 125. So probably as of now, but once you read para 44, you will understand that what is the intention. So that's why I am just giving a correct summary. It states that the intention is important more than a procedure. Ultimately, we want the exports to happen. Ultimately, we want the realization to happen. If there is a delay, it's okay. As of now, based on the reading. There's a para 4.5. 4.5 which states that ultimately, in cases of goods should be moved out of India. And in case of services, our goal is to realize the amount. It's okay if there is a delay. This is the understanding which you will get once you read the circular. There are still gaps, but as of now, these basis the reading, you will come to this conclusion. One, basically combined reading of everything given in the provisions, section, rule, acts, you will come to this conclusion. Now, if you come to para 4.6, you will understand that earlier I mentioned that once you fail to satisfy rule 96A, once you're not able to satisfy the rule 96A, you will be liable to pay the tax. You will be liable to pay the GST plus the interest. Now let us take, you have actually paid it, and subsequent to your payment, now you have realized the amount. Subsequent the payment, you have actually exported the goods. What now? You can actually apply for the refund which on the taxes which you have paid. You can apply for a refund basis the subsequent changes of facts. Once the facts are clear, now next, how will you apply the refund? Very simple as that. And also there is one more condition attached. Was interest refund you cannot apply. Once the interest which is being paid, here you can go for refund for tax but not for interest. And always remember, the payment is to be done within 15 days from expiry of 3 months in cases of 3 months in cases of exports, goods, and in case of realizations, services, it is 1 year or 9 months, whichever is later. So as of today, 2026, July, it will be 1 year. So para 4.7 states that boss, you can apply for the refund which you have paid under the category of excess payment of taxes. If this option is not available, you can also go under the category of any other refund. Any other reason or any other refund, you can go under this category. Now this is regarding just rule 96A, which we have covered. Now again coming back to our next step, again coming to the chart. Now moving to, we all know that once everything is satisfied, we will come to the next step. Like you can now go with the option with payment or without payment. Now let us just talk about this one particular option. Like once you go with payment of option, you can next subsequently apply for a refund. We will not go into the details of section 54 and all, like probably we'll limit it. Just we can go for refund under both the categories, with payment or without payment. Without payment is probably, you will not include capital goods, etc, etc. Okay, let's not go into the details further. Now for goods, there is a fourth condition. There is a fourth condition for both the option. Like you can go with the option of with or without, but you cannot go for refund if export of goods are subject to any export duty. Basically, the only thing which you have to remember is that for export of goods, usually you have to go with the custom procedure, and in case whatever goods you are exporting, if it falls under the custom, there is a custom list, or you can say notification example. If those goods fall under those category, in that case you have to pay export duty. Once you pay export duty, subsequently you will not be entitled to go for a refund of in case of with payment of GST or without payment of GST. Now, with respect to the custom list of goods, or you can also say the notifications, we will not go in detail to that. That's a whole different discussion. Just understand that if there are any goods, let's say you're exporting a pen, in while exporting, if you have paid export duty, in that case you cannot go for a refund under GST, either under both the category. Now we have understood this. Now let us take you applied for a refund. Now subsequently there is one more condition. Let's say you applied for a refund. Post refund, you have to check, have you, there could be, you have to repay the refund. Let me change the handwriting. Either you have to repay the refund or a recovery will be initiated on you. Under both the option. I'm just talking about goods as of now. Now the question is that when do you have to repay your refund, or when will a recovery be initiated? Recovery is a more severe consequences. Repayment of refund which you have received is kind of a voluntary act. Now both the cases, when are they applicable? For that there is a fifth condition over here. Now what is the fifth condition? That is rule 96B states that either you go under with payment or without payment, and you have received the refund In this case, rule 96B is to be followed. There is one condition in this. You have to check whether have you followed it. Basically, this section is only for goods. Let me also clarify that. Let me highlight that. This condition is only applicable for goods. Now, let us take what. Now, let us understand what is a condition. It might be confusing, but let me put it in a box because there are too many conditions. Okay. Now, what is a condition? Yep. Now, what is the condition that has been provided over here? The condition is that whatever goods you have exported, definitely you will receive some consideration. Now, that consideration, basically it is also known as realization. You have to check whether a realization has happened within a period stated in FEMA. We have already seen that FEMA realization was 15 months, but now recently it has changed to 9 months. You have to check whether has the realization happened in 15 months or in 9 months as per FEMA guidelines. If not, in this case, you have to repay within 30 days along with interest, obviously as per section 50. You have to repay within 30 days along with interest. Once you repay it, subsequent. Okay, one second. How do we go? Okay, let us take. You have repaid. Now, if you haven't repaid to the government within 30 days, next recovery will be initiated. Recovery for the above will be initiated. Now, coming to the next point, let us take, you go to RBI and RBI tells that, boss, for you, it's okay even if you realize the amount late. Or RBI tells you that it's okay even if you don't realize this. If you have a special permission from RBI, in this case, you are good to go. You don't have to worry about the provision with respect to 96B because RBI has clearly told you that for you, we are going to waive off the condition of realization for goods because 96B is only applicable for goods. Now, it has been stated in 96B1 Proviso. Once you read it, you will get an understanding of this. Now, let us take, what about those cases you have repaid or the recovery has been done, but let's say subsequent to it, you have realized it now. What about that case? In those cases, basically it is 96B subrule 2, subsection 2. It states that once realization happens, like I will state it as subsequent realization, superb, and it has happened within extended period provided by RBI. Superb. Now next, once amount was realized, you have within a period of 3 months itself, you have come to RBI and you have shown the proof, or you can say that you have shown the evidence. In this case, again, whatever recovery or repayment which has been done by you, you can again claim it back. If every condition is satisfied, then you can reclaim the amount paid. Now this is the condition which has been stated over here. And also one more thing, this condition, right, there is one more subsequent attachment. I mean, like, so I can say one more condition. The period can be extended by RBI. Now how it works, I am not aware. I honestly I have not done it practically, so I am not aware the process of how do we get an extension from RBI. Because the earlier condition in 96A was, getting extension from the jurisdictional commissioner, whichever jurisdictional you are belonging to. There will be definitely there will be a head of that jurisdiction. He will be knowing as commissioner. You can just go to him, explain him or her. You can explain your facts, and basis your facts, you can develop an understanding. Once this condition is done, it looks like now every condition is being done. Like even 5 we have understood. Now coming to the last leg, it's actually not a last leg. I mean, it's kind of a repetition. In cases of without, there is a 6th condition. Like I can also say it's a duplication of, I'll put in different color. It's a duplication of 5th condition. Now where is the 6th condition written? For this, let's say for the 6th condition, you have to refer section 16, subsection 3 and the respective proviso. You will find that it is similar. Let us not go deep into it. So we start now. This regarding the goods, this is the end. Regarding the service, you don't have to worry much about it. And that's it. And this is the whole summary. Like, I'll just give a very brief. For exports, you can go under either it can be a goods or services. For both the things, you have to satisfy the definition, and the definition itself is complicated. For services, for goods, it's very easy. For service, it's complicated. But for that, last 2 conditions are the complicated conditions, for which I have prepared a detailed video. You have to watch that. There's no other way you can understand it from bare reading of the definition, because there are circular reference and notification references. You have to read that. Once you qualify as either goods or services. For services, you can go under with payment or without payment, and you can go for a refund. Even in this case also, you can go for refund. But you have to remember that for going without payment, before that itself, there is one more condition which is given in rule 96A. Whole discussion in 96A has been provided over there. Now once this is finished, you will apply for refund. For services, straightforward, no need to worry about it much. For goods, you have to worry about the 4th condition, that is, while exporting the goods, you should not pay export duty if you have paid. Forget refund under GST. If you have not paid, you can go for refund. Once you go for refund, there could be a possibility that again the government will tell you to repay the refund which you have received within a period of 30 days from the expiry of realization time limit for goods, that is provided in 96B. The period is probably as per FEMA. FEMA is actually 9 months. Earlier it was 15 months, now it's 9 months as per FEMA, or extended period by RBI. If you fail to repay it within 30 days from the date of expiry, once you fail that, a recovery will be initiated against you. Post the recovery, the government will take that GST per refund portion along with the interest, and subsequent, if you realize it and you show proof to the government within 3 months from the date of realization that I have realized it, please give my refund back. And such refunds happen within the RBI specified time limit, which I am not clear. I don't know much about that specified time limit. Once you go for you show proof of realization, again government will give you the refund which they took from you. Now this is the whole thing regarding refunds. Now obviously I have just shown you in a simple chart, probably you have to read it. You had to read each and everything. First you have to get an understanding of this thing and have a good hold on this, and then you have to understand, you have to go in deep about the service condition, about the with payment or without payment restrictions, about the refund condition, refund formulas, IDS refund, with payment refund, and without payment refund, unutilized IDC portion refund, how it actually works, annexure B, statement 3. There are a lot of things going on, but to have a high level of idea, this is the crux which you have to go with. And done. Thank you. I would have definitely missed out something. There's a high possibility. If so, probably give me some sort of hint that I have missed something. I'll probably try to cover it, but I've tried my best to cover the maximum possible extent without leaving any trail and having a very crisp understanding. Now it's up to you that how you put effort in order to read that, to read all the references. Only in that case you will be able to have a good idea. Probably if you are in under practice, or if you're currently employed and your major role in GST and you have a lot of exports, in this case it's just definitely you have to put some effort, spend 3 to 4 hours understanding this and have a good amount of references. Read that. Only after that you will be able to be in a position to understand it. Last thing, I probably missed out this component, this one. Also remember that I told you, right, you have to file LUT. Okay, along with this just read circular number 125, I think 03 2019, if I'm not wrong. I am not sure about it. Let me just check. It's actually 44. 44. In this refer para 44 and 45, just have a reference of this. You will understand it why. It tells that ultimately the realization is important, ultimately the export of goods is important, and even in case there is a delay in LUT, no problem. They are okay with it. Just a reference has been provided over there. And that's it. I should wrap this video and done. That's it. If anything from your end, just do let me know. Thanks.